Get rich in the AI era. Sounds bold, right? But what if I told you the rules of wealth have already changed, and most people haven't even noticed? If you're exhausted from living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in bills, or watching others pull ahead while you stay stuck, you're not alone. The AI revolution is reshaping how we work, invest, and create income. But here's the catch. Without the right mindset and knowing how to harness AI, you risk getting left behind faster than you think. What if the secret to thriving in 2025 isn't working harder, grinding longer, or hoping for luck, but thinking smarter? Imagine unlocking powerful money mindset strategies and AI tools that almost nobody talks about, tools that could turn your financial story from stuck and stressed into unstoppable and thriving. In this video, I'm not just sharing tips, I'm revealing the exact mindset shifts and breakthrough secrets that separate those barely surviving from those building real, lasting wealth in today's fast-changing world. This isn't some far-off dream, it's happening right now, and you can start owning your financial future today. So, if you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and start taking control, stay right here, because what you're about to discover could change everything about how you make money, grow wealth, and live in the AI era. Most people think they know where their money goes, until they actually track it. For 30 days, imagine being your own financial detective, jotting down every coffee, every snack, every "it's just $5" moment. It's like in the office when Michael keeps wondering why he's broke, only to realize he's been overspending on useless stuff. This habit isn't about restriction, it's about awareness. And when you start noticing patterns, you can finally take control instead of money controlling you. Now, here's where the magic happens. By writing down every expense, you create a personal money map. If you're into finance tips and personal finance growth, this is your foundation. Think about it, if you discover you're spending $200 a month on takeout, you can redirect that to investments or debt repayment. It's the same mindset athletes use when tracking workouts. You can't improve what you don't measure. And improving your money habits is a lot easier when you see them in black and white. To make it easier, use apps like Mint, Inab, or even a basic Google Sheet. Record everything, yes, even that $1 gum. In Friends, Joey never understood how Chandler's little expenses added up, until Chandler broke it down for him. That's exactly how this works. Once you see the numbers, it's like turning the lights on in a dark room. Suddenly, your financial psychology starts to shift because you're making decisions based on reality, not assumptions. After a month of tracking, you'll feel this crazy sense of clarity, like finally understanding the plot twist in a movie you've watched 10 times. You'll spot leaks, habits, and opportunities that were invisible before. And that awareness is the first domino in building a stronger money mindset. Because once you've got the truth staring back at you, the next step is obvious, and in the next move, you'll see how cutting just one expense can flip your entire financial game. Here's the deal, most people have at least one expense quietly draining their bank account every month. It could be that streaming service you forgot to cancel, the premium cable package you barely touch, or those overpriced coffee runs that feel harmless until you add them up. In Parks and Recreation, Tom Haverford is the king of treat yourself, but imagine if he funneled even half of that into savings, he'd be set. Cutting just one unnecessary bill today is like finding free money without working extra hours. Let's put it in perspective. Say you cut a $15 monthly subscription you never use. That's $180 a year, money that could go into an emergency fund or help pay down debt. Finance tips are full of save more advice, but this one's instant. And if you ditch a bigger expense, like a $60 cable package, you're looking at $720 a year. That's a weekend getaway, a chunk of your student loan, or your first investment into an index fund. This is where financial education meets action. If canceling feels hard, reframe it as a trade. Every unnecessary bill you cut is you buying back your freedom. Apps like Truebill can help you find and cancel subscriptions automatically. Think of it like Stranger Things, you're closing the upside-down gate that's been secretly sucking your cash. This isn't about living miserably, it's about aligning your spending with what actually matters to you. And that shift builds a powerful money mindset over time. The best part? You don't need a grand plan to start, you can make this move in the next 10 minutes. That quick decision creates momentum, and momentum is everything in personal finance. Once you see that canceling one expense frees up real cash, you'll want to keep going. And in the next step, we'll unlock how learning one money-making skill can open doors you didn't even know existed. Here's the truth, your income is often limited by the skills you have today. If you want to make more money, you need to learn something people are willing to pay for. That's why developing even one marketable skill can change your entire personal finance trajectory. Think about Breaking Bad, minus the illegal stuff. Walter White's life shifted when he tapped into a skill that had value. In the real world, that could be learning basic graphic design, copywriting, coding, or even video editing. Start small but commit. Platforms like Skillshare, Coursera, or even free YouTube tutorials can give you the financial education you need to pick up a skill in weeks. Let's say you choose copywriting. You could start by writing product descriptions for small businesses, charging $50 each. Land 10 of those in a month? That's $500 extra in your pocket. This isn't theory, it's financial psychology in action, turning knowledge into cash flow. The key is picking something that excites you enough to stick with it. Remember in The Queen's Gambit how Beth Harmon obsessively studied chess patterns? That's how you should approach your chosen skill. Carve out an hour a day, keep improving, and soon, what you once struggled with becomes second nature. And as you sharpen that skill, you're also sharpening your money habits, because income without direction just slips away. Learning a skill isn't just about making money now, it's about building leverage for the future. Once you have a skill people want, you can scale it, teach it, or use it to fuel a side hustle that becomes your main gig. And when you mix that with clear income goals, well, that's where the game really starts to change. Most people say they want to make more money, but that's not a goal, that's a wish. A real goal has numbers and a deadline. A 90-day income goal forces you to focus, like in Moneyball, where the team started winning only after they had a clear strategy. If you decide, I'm going to make an extra $3,000 in the next 3 months, suddenly you start looking for opportunities instead of waiting for them to find you. Break that $3,000 into weekly targets. $250 a week feels way less intimidating. Maybe that's 2 freelance gigs, selling in used items on Facebook Marketplace, or flipping thrift store finds on eBay. This is where financial psychology kicks in. The brain loves short wins. Every week you hit your target, your confidence in your personal finance game grows. And habits built on wins tend to stick. Tools like Trello or Notion can help you track progress and stay accountable. In Rocky Balboa, every training montage has one thing in common: consistent, measurable steps toward a clear outcome. That's exactly how you should approach your 90-day goal: plan the moves, track the wins, adjust when needed. This is money habits done with precision, not guesswork. By the end of those 90 days, you're not just hitting a number, you're building a repeatable system for making money on demand. And once you have that, the next challenge is making sure you keep more of what you earn. That's where one simple rule can save you hundreds without feeling like a sacrifice. Impulse buying is sneaky, it feels harmless in the moment, but over time, it eats away at your bank account. That's why a simple 48-hour no impulse buy rule can be a game changer for personal finance. Imagine you're at Target and spot that $80 gadget you just have to have. Instead of buying on the spot, you wait 2 days. Most of the time, the urge fades. It's like in the office when Jim considers doing something reckless but pauses, and that pause saves him from chaos. Here's the math: if you avoid just 3 $50 impulse buys a month, that's $1,800 a year, money that could be invested, saved, or used to crush debt. This isn't about deprivation, it's about mastering your financial psychology so you control your spending instead of letting it control you. Finance tips are full of complex strategies, but this one's simple, free, and works instantly. To make it stick, set up a wish list on your phone. Anytime you want something, write it down with the date. If after 48 hours you still want it and it fits your budget, go for it. In Gilmore Girls, Lorelai and Rory constantly joke about their coffee spending. If they had paused before every extra latte, they could have turned that habit into a vacation fund. This is how you turn tiny money habits into major wins. The best part? The more you practice this, the less tempted you'll be over time. That pause creates space to ask, does this bring me closer to my financial goals? And speaking of goals, the next step is surrounding yourself with people who live and breathe smart money moves, because their habits will rub off on you faster than you think. They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and in personal finance, that's 100% true. If your circle treats money like it's endless, you'll probably do the same. But if you're around people who have strong money habits, it starts to rub off. Think of Suits. Mike Ross leveled up fast because he worked side by side with Harvey Specter. That proximity changes how you think, talk, and act about money. It's not just about getting advice, it's about absorbing financial psychology through everyday interaction. When your friends talk about investments, budgeting hacks, or how to make money through side hustles, those ideas stick. You start thinking, if they can do it, so can I. And this isn't about cutting off your old friends, it's about adding people to your life who push you toward better financial education and smarter personal finance moves. You can find these connections in local entrepreneur groups, online forums, or even volunteering for events where financially savvy people hang out. Remember in The Big Bang Theory, when Penny started spending more time with Sheldon and the group? She picked up their habits and vocabulary without even realizing it. That's how money habits work too, they're contagious, whether they're good or bad. The more time you spend around money-smart people, the more your own standards rise. You stop settling for just getting by and start aiming higher. And when you mix that with timeless wisdom, well, that's where the real financial transformation begins, because the final step taps into a principle that's been guiding wealth for thousands of years. Long before modern finance tips or personal finance books, timeless principles were already guiding how to build wealth. Proverbs 21 verse 5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty." That's not just poetry, it's financial psychology written thousands of years ago. In The Crown, the best leaders always plan moves ahead, and that's exactly the mindset you need with money. Slow, steady, intentional progress beats chasing quick wins every time. When you apply this to your own life, it means setting goals, sticking to your budget, and being patient enough to let compound growth work for you. Investing $200 a month at an average 8% return could grow to over $300,000 in 30 years. That's the kind of math Proverbs was pointing toward. Discipline pays off. And building your money habits on this foundation gives you peace of mind, because you know you're following a plan that's stood the test of time. It's not just about faith, it's about strategy. Consistency in saving, avoiding debt traps, and making thoughtful investments is the modern way to live out ancient wisdom. In Downton Abbey, the family's survival through economic shifts wasn't luck, it was careful stewardship of resources. That's exactly what this verse calls for, taking what you have and managing it with purpose, so it multiplies. When you merge biblical wisdom with modern financial education, you get a roadmap that's both spiritually grounded and practically proven. And by now, you've seen how each step builds on the last. Which means you're ready for something even more powerful, tying it all together in a way that speaks directly to your struggle and your solution. You've just walked through the exact steps to take control of your money, no fluff, no outdated advice, just real-world strategies you can start using today. Remember that feeling of financial stress at the start? The constant worry, the frustration of seeing your paycheck vanish? Now you know how to track every dollar, cut unnecessary bills, build skills that pay, set income goals, avoid impulse buys, surround yourself with money-smart people, and ground it all in timeless wisdom. You're no longer in the dark, you have a flashlight, a map, and the first steps toward a life where money works for you, not against you. Before you go, let's make sure this momentum doesn't fade. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you keep building your money mindset week after week. Every video adds a piece to your personal finance puzzle, so skipping one is like missing a step on the ladder to freedom. And if you're serious about going all in, then you need to check out Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. Inside, you'll learn exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt for good, and maintain mental clarity even under financial pressure. This isn't theory, it's a proven system to help you master your money habits, grow your wealth, and live with purpose. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment.